Hey guys, so I wanted to do a meal prep video for you today. I'm going to do my best with the filming and the editing because there will be a lot of moving around, and I didn't really want to do it on live time because that'll be kind of boring. So I'm going to insert a picture here of what we will be prepping. And I'm just going to show you how I do it. So here we go. Okay, so first thing I do when I get started is get the eggs on. So I've just got them in a pan here. I'm going to add some water. And just get those started here. Hopefully you guys know how to boil eggs. If you don't, I'm sure you can Google it. Next, we've got the dairy stuff. So Fage yogurt. I usually go through 2 of these containers in a week, probably more like, yeah, a week, because I eat it on the weekends too. So take the lids off. I just go ahead and take, and I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to see this. I need to get a tripod that points down. So I usually just take the packaging off. Fage has a little like clear thing on top, so I take those off, and while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and take the top off the cottage cheese too, and maybe, there we go. So toss these in the garbage, toss the lid. Okay, so I brought the camera angle down. You're not going to be able to see my face, but a nice view of my chest. Hope you don't mind. Anyway, I wanted to show you the meal prep. And again, I'm going to work on getting a tripod so that hopefully, you know, we don't have to do this angle every time. So I use these containers that I got at the Dollar Tree, and they're really easy. I have a ton of them. They wash up nice. They're pretty sturdy. And then as far as how much I put in it, I just kind of eyeball it. But there you go, about that much. And I just fill up the containers till it's gone. Pretty easy, and once you get used to doing the meal prep, it goes really fast. So I mean, I could do a meal prep at least of this size, I want to say in like a half an hour. If I'm cooking something as part of a meal prep, that would take longer. But this type of stuff, I'm just packaging it for convenience later in the week. So I got a little bit too much in one and not enough in the other, so I'm just kind of moving that around. Put that in the sink. Get another spoon. I'm also going to get my lids. So get a bunch of lids. Pop the lids on. And then I'll show you guys in the end how my refrigerator looks, so that during the week when I'm, you know, trying to get ready for work and running late in the morning, I can just grab and go. Okay, so cottage cheese is done for containers, and next is going to be yogurt. Sorry, it didn't focus there. All right, so again, I'm just gonna kind of stir it up. And just start putting it in there. That's about good. In my yogurt, I use 2 things mainly. The cherry syrup and the raspberry syrup. This is sugar-free Da Vinci brand. I'm not going to show you right now because I've shown you in other videos, but basically what I do is I just pour it over the yogurt and mix it in, and it flavors the yogurt nicely. I don't eat plain yogurt. It's way too sour for my taste. but with the flavoring in it, I could eat it totally fine. It does look funny because the texture and then the syrups make it really bright pink, so it looks like a bowl of cake frosting. So I have eaten it at work before and people will be like, what is it you're eating there? So I'll usually just explain to them what it is. Now I still have some left, so what I'm going to do is just kind of disperse it throughout. I don't measure it or weigh it or anything. There we go. So that's another container, again in the sink. And we got 4 yogurts out of that one. Now I am filling this fuller than I did the cottage cheese. You know, this is breakfast. The cottage cheese is my either my morning or my afternoon snack. And again, I'll go over later in the video what my whole day looks like. I just kind of want to give you an idea as we're prepping it. And the yogurt lasts, I mean, I eat it every day, but it lasts a good amount of time too. So if you didn't eat it very often, you know, or every other day or whatever, the expiration date on this one was in February, which we're on January 5th right now, so that's pretty good. I've got to grab more containers here. As you can see, I go through them quite a lot. I think 2 will be fine. So again, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here, spread the wealth around. There we go. Get in the sink. Gonna get a paper towel here because I dripped. There we go. Eggs are almost up to a boil. Just gonna start putting some lids on these. I don't put the flavoring on ahead of time. I've tried that in the past and I just don't think it tastes as good. But you know, you could really get in a good rhythm and you know, get this done pretty quickly. I usually will watch YouTube videos while I'm doing this. And especially if you can get a longer one that's like 15 minutes, you know, you can just chill with that person on YouTube and do your prep and get it all done. All right, so that's good. I'm going to put these in the fridge and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to do the ham. I normally, because these are cardboard, just kind of rip into the package like that. And I do recycle this portion. And they come in these resealable containers. I'm taking it out of the whole container, so I'm just going to cut it out of there. I have pre-opened my bags here because this can get kind of messy. And you just take your ham out. I just kind of split it in half. What feels like, you know, half and half. Drop it in a bag. Oops, again, it's kind of messy and slimy and gross. But I just clean up afterwards. Okay, and then I just seal them. And this is my protein for lunch for work. I already have 2 left over in there. So normally I would buy 3 containers for the week, but I already had some left over. So I'm going to pop those in the fridge. Next up is celery. Here's my cutting board. Grab a knife. I'm actually going to wash my hands real quick. Actually, I'm going to open these up first. So we've got celery that's actually, they say it's ready to eat. I still like to cut the ends off because the ends get kind of dry and gross. I just get it opened up like that. I'm going to do it with this one too. And wash my hands. I don't know if you're going to be able to see me chopping, but I'll try to hold it up. The other thing I do, since I get in a rhythm of all the chopping and stuff, is I'll have a bowl here. I also keep my sandwich bags, since I use these so much, in a bowl. I have a box in the cupboard, but I just keep them in a bowl so they're really easy to grab. I'm going to give those there too. The celery comes like this, although that looks kind of gross, so I'm going to pull that out. But yeah, so they just come, you know, like pieces, but the ends are kind of dry. So I'll usually just chop the ends off, because who knows when those were cut. I don't know. So it just makes me feel better knowing that I cut them on Saturday or Sunday, you know. Some of the thicker slices I'll also slice in half this way, just so they're easier to eat. And then put them in the bowl. Again, with celery, you can kind of line it up and do it all together. And the ends I just kind of put here to the side. Chop these in half. Put those in the bowl. And then when the bowl gets filled, I will put the pieces in plastic bags. Somewhere down the line, I do want to get away from plastic and try to use something reusable, kind of like my yogurt containers, just for the environment's sake, but I haven't got there yet. I know they do make those reusable bags, but I haven't looked into them too close. So right there, this is the last of that package. There you go. So I'm going to take a moment and fill up these bags. I usually just kind of, again, just stick them in there. That's about how much I put in there. I don't know if technically that's one vegetable serving or two. If you know, leave a comment below. I like it if it's considered two, because then I feel better about getting my 5 to 7 servings or whatever in a day. Now that I've had bariatric surgery, it's harder to get all of my fruits and veggies in, because I'm trying so hard to get all the protein in. So this is only going to fill about a half bag, so I'll keep that for the next one that I do. I did have to toss a couple of stalks, so that's why usually I can get 3 bags out of 3 sandwich bags out of 1 bag of celery. I do have 2 sandwich bags in the fridge left over that still look pretty good, so that will work. Depending on my schedule for the weekend, I often don't eat the pre-prepped things because I'm at home usually, or I can kind of plan my meals around when I will be home. So really the pre-prepping is mainly for the work week. My favorite pieces of celery are these small light ones. I just think that they're really soft and the flavor isn't too bitter or overly strong. I think that's the heart of the celery. And I have like purchased whole stalks of celery and just cut them up that way too. But it's just really convenient to have these cleaned and basically prepped so that I can just kind of do my little prepping and be done with it. So just something I've kind of picked up along the way. And as you can see, I'm pretty much done with this, at least the chopping part. So that's that. We're gonna get these in bags. So like I said, if you get in a really good rhythm, you can get these done pretty quickly. I don't have a dishwasher currently, it's broken down. So I do all of my dishes by hand, including those little containers. And this morning I did all my dishes and was listening to the forum. So those of you guys that are part of the forum, I just want to kind of give a little shout out and say thank you, because it's been really fun being able to listen to you while I'm doing my meal prep and doing my dishes. And to me, that's a form of self-care. And so being able to do that self-care, taking care of myself and my body while having the community along there with me makes me feel good. So, all right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags of celery. So that's my meal prep. The eggs are still cooking. I don't even think they're fully halfway done. So I'm just gonna rinse out my containers, organize my fridge a little bit, but basically I'm done. And it makes it really, really simple for the week. So I'm gonna show you now what my fridge looks like and how it looks all set up. Actually, I might wait till the eggs are done. That way you can kind of get that full experience of, you know, everything prepped and then how I eat it in a day. While we're on the topic, yesterday I got some citrus, so I wanted to tell you about those. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know, citrus time, I just love it. I don't really like plain navel oranges because they're a little bit too sour for me, but blood oranges, I don't know if you guys have tried these, but they're super good. I don't know, I kind of want to cut one up and open and show you, but I know I'm not going to eat it right now because I just had lunch. So if you're interested in blood oranges, just Google it, Google images, and you'll see what it looks like. As far as how it tastes, to me, it's sweet, not sour at all, and almost like a raspberry flavor, like orange raspberry a little bit. Really, really good. And please give it a try. It may look kind of weird. I've had people give me weird looks when I'm eating them, like, why are you eating a rotten orange? But it doesn't really look rotten, it's just so dark. The other thing is our Cara oranges. These are a dark pink, so that's more like a almost dark reddish pink. These are pink like a grapefruit, but they're sweet, not sour at all. So again, just like a really sweet orange flavor. Really good. So those 2 bags are gonna take me forever to eat because I just don't get a lot of fruit in right now because of all the protein I'm eating. So, but I bought those 2 bags saying, you know, I'm gonna make it a goal to try and eat more fruit and really enjoy them while they're in season because they go so quick. I think in my past videos I was able to get Cara oranges through February, but shit, that's only a month away. So, sorry I said shit there. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna finish the eggs and then I'll show you what the fridge looks like. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and peel and open a blood orange for you. I hope the lighting's okay. Let me look and see if I can, oh, it didn't really do anything. So this is a citrus peeler. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little poke thing on the end. So you just go to the top, pierce it, pull it down. Makes a little indent, well, a little slit basically. So I just do a couple all the way around. So it just kind of scores it, and then ideally it makes it really easy to peel. It just kind of comes off in pieces. So you can see already, I don't know how the lighting is, but hopefully it's all right. But see how easy that is? I mean, the peeling just comes off with one of those. I've seen them all over the place. but if you really have a hard time, they definitely have them at Bed Bath & Beyond. So I just like to peel off the extra white parts that I can before I open it up. Right out of surgery, I couldn't have these because you don't want this white stuff getting stuck in your pouch. But now that I'm a year out, it's totally fine from what I'm told. Last year when I was recovering, I was recovering during citrus season, and I was like, no. Okay, so I'm just gonna open it up. And again, I just kind of try to take out any middle that wants to come out. And here are the little slices. So again, I just kind of separate the slices. And that's it. It's my little plate of blood oranges. I'll try and open one and see if you can see it. Again, I'm sorry about the lighting. I don't know how well it'll show up, but so it kind of looks like a raspberry. So yeah. Please try them. They're worth it. Give them a shot. All right, so what I'm going to do is peel these eggs. I peel them ahead of time. Oops. Because I used to peel them at work, but it took like a couple of minutes just to get the peels off. And at work, it just feels like breaks are never long enough as it is. So I just started pre-peeling them, and they taste just the same. So I usually will peel them in the water because rather than having the water running out of the faucet and then trying to clean the shells out of the sink, the shells drop to the bottom. So you just peel them in the water, and then I drain off a good portion of the water and then put the last part of the shells with a little bit of water in the garbage can, and then you're not cleaning shells out of your dish strainer thing. This egg got a little funky, but it's still a good one. Alright, well I guess I'll talk about my day while I'm doing this. I went to my OA group this morning, which is great as usual. It's so nice to hear people going through what you're going through or what you have been through, and I'm sure vice versa, or at least from what I'm told, they like hearing what I've gone through too, so I just always feel great after I go. After OA, I went and saw my therapist. We're currently doing 2 days a week, and we didn't do 2 days a week in December. We did the beginning part of the November, and then I had vacation, but since doing twice a week, it's really accelerated my progress. So that's been good. I saw her and then came home. Then tomorrow I'm going to there's another OA group in the morning at 9 that I've never been to this one, and so I'm going to try and go to that one just for something different. And then going to run some errands, and since I'm doing all my meal prep today, I won't have to worry about that tomorrow, which will be really nice. Then I can read some books or watch some movies or just kind of hang out. So I had put it back, but again, I need my bowl of baggies. So I do 2 eggs per bag, just like that. Sometimes if the eggs have a little bit of moisture going in, I'm sitting them on a towel, but I've noticed that when I go to get them at work, If they're like slimy at all or have any moisture, I just dab them with a paper towel and it's totally fine. So don't let that freak you out. And there we go. There's eggs, and now I'm going to show you what my fridge looks like. Okay, so here's what my fridge looks like. I've got water in the container there just so that it stays cold. I've got my eggs here. This is my cottage cheese. You can see they go all the way back. The ones that I had left over I put to the front so that I'll get to those first. On the second shelf is all of my yogurts. The ham, the celery, again what was left over from last week I just put to the front, so I grab it first. And then I have a little bowl of string cheese. In the back there I've got sugar-free pancake syrup. Sometimes if my nephews hang out or spend the night, I'll make pancakes. So it doesn't get used very often. I'm not sure how long it stays good, but so that's back there. Okay, are you guys ready for what I eat in a day? I hope so. So first thing is yogurt. Again, I put on the sugar-free cherry or raspberry syrup. Mix that all in. I also do 3 rice cakes in the morning. I don't pre-package these because they can get stale pretty quickly. So I'll usually just open a package, do for today and tomorrow, and that's it. So by the next day it's not stale. It's if you do it like on a Sunday like I'm doing with the rest of the stuff that they would go stale. So first snack at work would be a protein. So I would either do 2 eggs or cottage cheese. For lunch I would do the ham slices, and I just open it up and eat it like this. It looks kind of weird and, you know, whatever, but shoot, it's working. I'm losing weight. So ham, and then vegetables. So right now it's celery, but for a long time it was carrots. And then I do jalapeno ranch just to dip my carrots in. And then I've added a box of raisins to that to try and get a little bit of extra fruit. It's considered a fruit serving. It's not ideal, certainly, because it's dried and whatever, but so afternoon would be, if I ate eggs in the morning, would be cottage cheese in the afternoon, and vice versa. And then I will usually try and do like one of those little clementines, or I'll peel an orange and have a couple slices with that, and then a couple like at the end of the day after work or something, just to try and get a fruit in there. And then dinner is usually one of my frozen meals. So I've done videos before on how I will do batch cooking and then portion it out and freeze it. So like this is one of my frozen chilies. I wrote chili on the front. I don't really date it because I go through them fast. It's not like they're staying in there for 6 months. So here's what it looks like. Again, it's just in a sandwich bag. I'll run this under some hot water and then it just loosens right up, and then I just put it in a bowl, pop it in the microwave, and it cooks. What works even better, but I can't seem to remember to do this, is if you take it and put it in the fridge in the morning, by the end of the day, it's not totally thawed, but it thawed out a lot more. And then this same thing, this is pasta. So I made, I think, penne with like a meat sauce, and it had some vegetables in it. So yeah, those are a couple of my options. I'm actually doing another, this is my very last chili, so I went ahead and did a batch of chili today. It's in the crock pot right now. And that's pretty much it. If I'm feeling hungry in the evening, I'll do a fruit serving. If I'm feeling like not satisfied with dinner, then I'll add like a vegetable serving. So I have a couple different frozen vegetables, but unfortunately they just sit there along a lot of the time because I'm pretty much filled up with this. So yeah, I hope that helps you guys. I hope this is what you wanted, and yeah, I will talk to you soon.